News.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Card Saturday, they're riding with you. Best card show in the country, it's true. So saddle up and listen, find out what you've been missing. You can be a card part too.
Yes, welcome to the True Sports Card Show, the only sports card radio show in this quadrant of the Milky Way galaxy. I'm Kevin Whitey Gleason, bringing today's lineup card out to home plate. Here's what it looks like. We got more fun facts and juicy details on the Sacramento Sports Card and Autograph Expo, now only 6 days away. We'll look at the, believe it or not, kicker whose cards are suddenly hot. We'll look back at the baseball season that's almost complete. But first, here he is, a guy who'd gladly trade you his 1989 Mitch Richmond rookie card for your 1987 Topps Mitch Williams. He's the Wizard of Wax, the Rajov Refractors, the Prince of PSA 10s, Imran Whitey. Yeah! Let's hear it for Imran Whitey.
My voice is thrashed for multiple reasons. Last night I was the MC for a 50th birthday party. My buddy Darren and his wife.
Happy birthday,
Leanne,
Darren.
Darren and Leanne, both of them had a 50th birthday party. It was a Casino Royale style, so it was called 0050. So we did that. I was the MC, and I was screaming and yelling. But during that party, I had a guy come up to me and goes, "Hey, my name is Paul. I work for the Kings, and I listen to your show every Saturday, and I love Whitey." And I went,
yeah.
Was there more to that sentence that included me, or nope? So, Paul, thank you very much for enjoying Whitey on the radio during our card.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
But it's your show. Without you, there's no me here on the show.
Yeah, right.
So that's a way of really complimenting you.
Speaking of next week, we are going to be live from the expo, I believe, as long as all the logistics works.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be
I was
live.
with you too, said I believe. Then I started getting a little nervous.
Yeah, I believe, and then that is not going to happen. Jay Johnson is going to help us make sure that we're set up. I think Anthony still has to stay here in studio. Is that right, Anthony?
I'm going to have to be in here.
Yeah, he's going to have to be.
Yeah.
He's like this. I have to be out. Yeah, I'm going to be here all alone. So we'll be at the expo next week. You'll be there. I don't know if Kyle will be there, but I know for a fact that Jay will be there. So we'll try to bring a few guys into maybe doing a quick interview with you, and
sure,
I'll be running around. And
I think we're going to be out there Friday.
Yes, you are.
Guys.
So Drive Guys will be there on Friday. So let's just recap. SacAutographExpo.com. Great time for you to go buy your tickets. We're going to use a promo code. I'm fixing it right now. Promo code Paul.
Nice.
$5 off any.
Paul's the best.
Yeah, Paul is the best.
Dope.
That is. Give me that drop again.
That is dope.
Is that you that says that?
Why? I don't know if that's me.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Okay. That is dope.
We had a clip. That is whack.
That is word, not whack.
That is word, not whack. So yes, we have the show that's going on Friday from 3 to 7, Saturday from 9 to 6, Sunday from 9 to 5 at the grounds, which is the fairgrounds in Roseville. Mm-hmm. You can get your tickets at SacAutographExpo.com right now. We have plenty of autograph guests. For those of you, you can use promo code Paul. I'm not joking. Really use Paul.
Awesome.
Paul, P-A-U-L. It'll take $5 off any ticket that you have. So we have Friday tickets, Saturday tickets, Sunday tickets. Those are individual dates. Or you can do the VIP, which has all 3 days. And we also have the super VIP. The descriptions are in there. There's lots of free autographs. And so on Friday, you're going to be having the opportunity to interview Lloyd Mosby, the Blue Jays great, who's a Sacramento resident. We've got Matt Noakes, who you've interviewed already.
Buddy.
Your buddy Matt Noakes. We've got Bill North, the 1974 World Series champ with the A's, who was a 2-time stolen base champ as well. Played
a little bit for the Giants as well.
That's right. The stolen base champ before Rick Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
So an A's great. And then finally on Friday, we have, who am I missing on Friday?
Is that Terrence Long?
Terrence Long. T-Long. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
T-Long will be there.
I have a friend who's like a huge Terrence Long fan. Seriously.
Really?
I used to make fun of him, like, no disrespect, but Terrence Long? So I texted him to tell him, I said, do you know Terrence Long is in town next week? He's like, I did not know that.
I did not know that. I will go to SacAutographExpo.com, use promo code Paul, and save myself $5.
Yes.
So we've got those 4 on Friday. So you and Kyle will be able to do some quick interviews.
Kyle Draper?
Yes.
Okay.
He's supposed to be Kyle Draper. He's the guy that you have a show with.
I've only done a
weekdays.
couple of shows with him over the last few months. So.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So you and Drapes will be there. That's my hope. And then on Saturday, we have a bunch of guys there. We have 5 A's. They're playing their final homestand. The final total for the year is on Sunday, I believe, is their final game.
Season finale.
Yeah, they're playing against the Royals this upcoming weekend. So we're going to have Soderstrom, Beckett's favorite player. We've got Willie McIver, Carlos Cortez, Justin Sterner, and Max Schumann, all 5 active A's that are going to be there. This is rude of me that I have people calling me while I'm on the radio. How dare they?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got those 5. We have Lance Blankenship.
Right.
We have Sam Perkins.
Ooh.
We have Spud Webb.
That's going to be
fun.
A popular session.
Yes. We have Matt Stairs, the pinch hit home run king. We have Greg.
Former athletic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Greg the Hammer Valentine, WWF Hall of Famer. And we also have Fred Biletnikoff, who seems to be in the lead for ticket sales. So, yeah, Fred Biletnikoff, a lot of people buying his tickets. I think people are realizing our legends aren't going to be here forever. We love to have the opportunity to meet our legends. And I don't mean longevity of life, just working an autograph circuit. You know, these guys, sometimes their travel is like, I don't know, it's a little tough to get around.
Because Paul says I'm funny, I want to tell this joke again.
To Paul.
Yeah, Paul, you're the best. When Fred Biletnikoff signs the autographs, it's hard to get it off his fingers.
Again.
Stick them.
So funny.
It works every time.
So funny.
Here's your autograph. I can't get it off your hands. Christopher Ryan says, I'm just here for Whitey's advice on grills and garage doors. So.
When we run no commercials, you're going to have to wait until 11:01 Pacific time.
That's right.
We don't run commercials here on True Sports Cards. And then we made some adjustments. Frank Gore was signing on Saturday. He had a conflict. He's signing on Sunday.
That's better.
So we believe that we're going to be doing Sunday at about 11 a.m. for Frank Gore. We also have Tank Thompson, LaSalle Thompson, one of the original Sacramento Kings. So Tank will be there. Ruthie Bolton, our WNBA legend and Hall of Famer. And then we also have Ben Grieve, the 98 Rookie of the Year that's going to be signing autographs. Now, you didn't hear me say Rick Barry. And the reason why is because Rick is going to be signing in our store instead on October 25th.
I see.
So we're just moving him a few weeks later. So that's the lineup. Lots of free autographs. And we'd love for you to be there. 100 sports card tables, meaning that we have dealers from all around the area coming in and selling, buying, and trading. So if you have cards to sell, got a lot of money in the room for people to be able to purchase from you. We also have a lot of people with some great stuff. So again, last time I'm going to drop this over the next 5 minutes, which I'll drop again.
Sure.
SacAutographExpo.com. And we'll love to see you out there starting next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I have a question for you, Mr. Show Organizer. I don't mean to lead us down a dark path, and this may have been something we've talked about, but how big of a concern is it for people like yourself, you're putting on these shows, when it seems like there are more and more people who show up to the shows with things to sell without actually paying for a spot to sell them from?
Okay. So, yeah. What Whitey's referring to is this card show that's in Florida where the promoter was really angry that people would come in to the show as a customer, as a guest, as an attendee.
Yeah, just like anybody bought your tickets, come into the show. Yeah.
And met up with other attendees to buy, sell, and trade with each other instead of the dealers that paid for the tables. I think that's the most ridiculous thing that a promoter could ever say.
Really?
Yeah. Interaction between you and another attendee is strictly prohibited. Well, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The whole purpose of a card show is for people to meet other people. The dealers make a decision to buy and camp out and put their wares out for sale. And it's the dealer's responsibility to make transactions happen, have attractive cards, price them correctly, make deals happen. If that doesn't happen, that's strictly on the dealer. The promoter's job is to make sure that there's enough humans to go through there. I'm giving you the at-bats. It's up to you to make the hits. Right. So as a promoter, part of the at-bats is making sure that you're inclusive to everybody wanting to come to the show, whether they're there to buy, sell, trade with the dealer that's across the table or another attendee.
You're
that
part
may
of the community. Come on in.
So what am I supposed to do? Nobody has a Daniel Jones PSA 10 silver except for another attendee. And I'm not supposed to talk to that guy because the promoter tells me that I'm not supposed to. What kind of restriction is this? It's a ridiculous comment. And it got a lot of backlash. Not only did this promoter put this on Facebook in writing, but he included F words and cuss words towards the people. It's like, this is the kind of guy who doesn't get it, right? Make sure that there's a great event. Make sure that your job is to put it on. And if you really want to discourage that, then have your dealers make sure that they're priced right, that they have their actual prices on their cards. Maybe you make sure that the dealers are stimulated by creating some sales. I have a promo for those of you that have bought tickets already. Prior to me giving out promo codes with discounts, I have a $5 voucher to where when you come in and you've already bought your ticket, I'm giving you $5 as long as you spend $20 with any dealer in the place. The deal, you just hand them the voucher for $5 and it treats it like $5 cash. The dealers will then collect them all and hand them back to me, and I pay back the dealers. So like a buyback.
That sounds to me, this is just a guess, that promoter had a bad show. Maybe they didn't generate as much as they thought. Maybe some of the vendors were complaining, and he was bitter, and he took it out.
When a dealer sets up at a show, they give the promoter the money. So if the dealer charges $200 a table, every dealer has paid that amount. Correct. Yeah. So the dealer's already gotten his money. Excuse me, the promoter's already got his money. So what could he be upset about? It's only when the dealers come back and say, this happened, that happened. Then he absorbs that as the information of the promoter and goes, you know what? You're right. Mm-hmm. Nobody can talk to each other except for customer to dealer. And, So
it's not a problem at the Sacramento.
What's interesting, whether it's a card show, a card show event, a card shop, I can only control my stuff. And how people run their business is up to them. And if that's how they wanted to run their show, people with their pocketbooks will make the decision whether or not they want to attend.
We have another question for you, Imran.
Sir.
From JT Fresh. What happened to Robert Horry? Did he chicken out? My tomatoes will be lonely.
Okay, so Robert.
Good question.
Okay, we talked about this on the drive, guys, but we didn't talk about it here. Robert Horry and James Worthy had the same agent, and I'm air quoting right now on the radio. So imagine the word agent. Well, come to find out, I negotiated a deal with this guy, the agent, and then the agent came back to me and said, "Hey, we're going to need more money
after
the contract was signed." And I said, "Pound sand, no, thank you." And I happen to be talking to another agent for a different, who actually represents Mitch Richmond. And so I was talking to that agent, and I told him I have a space in my expo potentially because I'm not having Worthy or Horry come because they asked for more money. And he goes, "I know Robert Horry. He doesn't do that." And I said, "Well, I'm just telling you what the agent said."
Yeah.
So he goes, "Who's the agent?" I said the name, and he goes, "I've never even heard of that guy." So I get a phone call. I'm dropping Beckett off for his first day of school. I get a phone call from this agent that represents Mitch. And he goes, "Hey, Imran, do you have a second?" I said, I have 30 seconds because I'm dropping my son off. And he goes, "I have Robert Horry on the other line." I said, "Put him through." So Robert talks to me, and he couldn't be nicer. Great guy. "Hey, I heard about the dilemma. I heard this was what was said. Just to let you know, I don't even barely know the guy. The guy said that he could get us jobs. I wasn't even aware of it." I said, "You didn't even know that you had been booked in writing to this expo?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "I can do it. We can make some stuff happen." I go, "We're having a phone call. We're only 2 weeks away. I don't have enough runway, but would you be willing to come to our shop and do something?" He's like, "Absolutely. We'll work it out." Couldn't have been a nicer guy. I didn't talk to James Worthy, but I've heard that he's just as nice of a guy.
Okay.
So we were kind of duped by this quote unquote agent who casually knew Robert.
You're Steve Ballmer now. You were duped. Okay.
I was duped, and I did not know. I promise. So we will get Robert Horry. So keep those tomatoes ready. I will be letting you know of other events where
Why would someone want Robert Horry to sign some tomatoes?
Oh, you want to throw them at him?
Wah, wah.
Got it. Yeah, but again, my intention is after this show, I'm going to take a small break. My birthday's on the 5th, so I'm going to take a little break with my family, and then I'm going to come with a vengeance starting on October 25th. Rick Barry in store. You're going to get more information. And from this point forward, at least once a month, at least, if not twice a month, we're going to have autograph guests in shop every month. Forever and ever, amen. We really are. And we for sure know that our 4-year anniversary is going to be held on 12/6, which is December 6th, with Matt Williams in store. The Giants legend, Matt Williams.
You said 4 years now? Coming up on 4 years?
Yeah.
Woo.
Can't believe it.
And it's only taken you 4 years to change the face of the industry.
Is that what? Yeah. Now
I'm really
now it
hoping
has
for
like a
some free stuff this weekend.
Right,
So
yeah.
I'm laying it on kind of thing.
Don't worry. Paul is rooting for you. Thanks, Paul. He's great. And then I was like, is he going to say, and you're great too? Nope. Just Paul smiling. Great, Paul. You know I'm in charge of this event, right? Thanks, Paul. No, shout out, Paul.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For you. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of shouting out, I just wanted to give a shout out to Amos Alonzo Stagg High School, class of 1995. For those of you that don't know, I graduated from Stagg High School in Stockton, 1995. Tonight, hours from now, is our high school reunion of 30 years.
Congratulations.
And I'll be in attendance. So
And
I was junior and senior class president. I was very popular.
Ooh.
I was homecoming king. How about that?
Woo.
I'm telling you right now, guys, listen up, Beckett. Your dad was somebody.
He was a cool kid.
I was a cool kid. But since then, I'm just the card guy.
It happens.
I peaked in high school.
I've seen the outfit
I'm
you're
Al
wearing
Bundy.
tonight. It's nice.
Yes, I'm Al Bundy.
Yeah.
I may or may not be wearing Guess overalls tonight. Trying to flash
So
back
you're
to
just
fashion.
having
It's one of those weekends.
very intense period here, a month.
I will share with you that Whitey has looked at me multiple times throughout the last couple of weeks and goes, "You look stressed."
I think I said, you haven't been sleeping.
You haven't been
much."
sleeping. You look awful. Yes. Putting on a show is very stressful.
I'm sure it
truly
is.
is because it's not about the money portion of it. It's about making sure the experience is great. I bust my ass in everything I do to try to make the experience of other people's event great. I try my best. Doesn't always work out perfectly the way that you want, but the hope is it's like a wedding. When you put on a wedding, the bride, the groom, and the wedding planner are the only ones that really know when something gets screwed up behind the scenes and you had to, reconfigure things. That's kind of how I feel about the show.
Yeah.
But I've done it transparently. Hey, Robert Ory's not coming. James Worthy's not coming. I'm moving Frank Gore to a different day. Things like that. We need to make sure that we talk to our customers and attendees.
You've got being a promoter in your DNA. And I'll just say from the events that I've attended that you, again, I'm trying to get some free stuff here. From the events that you've put on that I've attended, you have that knack. You realize what people want and you give it to them. And so people come out, they don't necessarily expect a lot, but the things they expect, you give it to them, and then there's just smiles all around.
It's interesting because there was a guy on our Instagram, and I read every YouTube comment. I read everything that's posted.
One bad one out of 50, and
it
just
loses
crushes
my life. And a guy put in there out of nowhere, because I posted something about a reel on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram at True Sports Cards. And I put on there something about Matt Stair. Or no, it was Ben Grieve, being announced. And it says, "This year sucks compared to last year." Right? Keyboard warrior. This sucks. And I was like, well, I'm so sorry that it wasn't to your standard. Me being an A. And so he's like, well, no offense. I was just saying that last year, blah, 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 whatever it was. And he said something along the comments. And if you guys look, you can see the YouTube. I didn't take it down, and neither did he. But he was like, well, I didn't attend last year, and you had Ricky Anderson, you had Dennis Rodman, you had this and that. Like, yeah, I did. And you didn't attend last year. And you're not going to come this year because it sucks. So, why am I catering to the dude that ain't coming? I'm catering to the people that attend, that love coming to our events. And one of the biggest complaints that we had last year was, great guys, it's just really expensive, right? Randy Johnson was $200 for a flat. Dennis Rodman was $100. I think Bolitnikov's our highest and most expensive guy. His agent put the pricing out there. He's like $75 at the highest. I mean, so when you had Vlad Sr. at $185, these prices are very, in a market like today, in today's,
I understand that. That's interesting.
So I look at it and say, well, I get it. You guys want me to bring Derek Jeter and LeBron James, okay? The guys that make $80 million a year. You think they're rolling out of bed for less than a certain amount? I will tell you this right now, and I won't say who it is, but there's a Sacramento Kings star on the team. It's not Malik. We love Malik. Who was quoted $100,000 for him to come and do my show. Meaning I pay him $100,000.
Isaac Jones.
Okay.
Surprised.
And I'm like, What will I have to charge the customer in order to make this work?
I got a great idea for you. You've seen Jurassic Park.
I have.
Yeah, the Michael Crichton book. They go back, they get DNA of dinosaurs, and then oh, look at that, we made a dinosaur. You do that with like stars of yesteryear. You bring back, I got Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig with the DNA, and you bring them out to sign autographs. Cha-ching! Huh? What do you think?
Oh, Whitey.
You can go as far back as you need to.
I know.
Jim Thorpe will be there.
George Washington will be signing wooden dentures.
Sure. You just got to think outside the box sometimes.
Why did I not think of that?
You know that if you did that, that's the first thing George Washington would want to do. Can I sign some autographs somewhere in Rockland?
Is there anything at the fairgrounds in Roseville that I can get to?
Just an idea.
Yeah. I will also share with you that the logistics of getting people at a location is more difficult than you can imagine. As an example, one of the guys that we represent exclusively is the Hall of Famer Artis Gilmore. And Artis is 7'3". Okay. And he flies from Jacksonville, Florida. So he's coming cross country. And there's no direct flights from Jacksonville to Sacramento. So not only do I have to have him on 7 different jumpers from plane to transfer, but I also have to find him a first class flight because he's 7'3".
Yeah.
I'm not going to put him in the middle seat in the back under coach. So finding that, then finding an affordable flight, then getting him across country, right? It's not easy to do this thing. And you got to do that with 20 guys. And then you got to do that, making sure that, that you promote the event. It's a lot of work, but I'm complaining with a smile. This is what I wanted to do. You know what I did before? I worked in real estate for 22 years. I flew around the country in a suit.
You also served out them cheesy biscuits.
I worked at Red Lobster before all that.
Yeah,
yes, I've been a server. And what I realized was I would rather do this and all the hard work in something that I've built rather than doing something else for somebody else's, empire.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love this. And we have kids that come in and I get to see their faces light up when they get a free pack or we had a birthday party show up that didn't tell me.
I've seen the parents' faces light up when they drop the kids off.
And leave them to me.
Yeah.
They go, we're going to Costco. I said, can you at least get me a hot dog while I watch your children? And they go, yeah. And then they come back and I go, where's my hot dog? And they go, oh, you were serious.
Right.
I was like, oh, you were serious. You wanted me to watch your kids.
Right. I've seen it happen.
Well, enough of the therapy session of the first part of the True Sports Card Show.
I want to point some out here that's before we move on to more important things. Brandon Aubrey of the Dallas Cowboys might be making kicker cards cool, as odd as that sounds. Brandon Aubrey, of course, he had the big kick, 64 yards last week against the Giants. There have been 5 Aubrey cards that have sold on eBay for more than $1,000 since 2023. All of them are one-on-ones. The biggest sale actually happened in the offseason. But how about that? After the thrilling victory Sunday, close to 150 Aubrey cards sold on eBay from the time of the game through midnight. In the 24 hours after that game where he kicked the 64-yarder and then the game winner against the Giants, 25 Aubrey cards sold for $99.99 or more. Top 2023 Panini National Treasures rookie patch autograph number is 25. They went for nearly $300. If anybody is ever going to make kicker cards cool, and I still don't know if it can be done, Brandon Aubrey's your guy.
We started out our card portion of today's show talking about a kicker for the Dallas Cowboys. Are you a Cowboys fan?
No.
Why would you bring that up?
Because
you guys call me Lakers fans.
Yeah, I just thought it was so odd. I saw that at Sports Collectors Daily. The kickers making kicking cards. Yeah, is Brandon Aubrey making kickers cool to collect? And I thought, no. But apparently some people are jumping on board.
This week, I'm looking at the YouTube camera. This week, the hot topic that they called me, as in Jay and Whitey on Drive Guys, called me for input was Jake Moody and his autographed jersey that I had.
I had nothing to do with that, but Jay was just for some reason, I get it.
He goes,
he was fascinated.
The text
by that
message
jersey.
says, "Hey, big dog, you able to come on?" I said, "Sure, I'll come on." Only thing I was asked about was Jake Moody autographed jersey.
Because you have one that you were going to give to him, and he said no.
No, I said I can sell it to you. Because said, I'll just give it to you for free. He goes, nah. I was like, oh my goodness.
And
What
then
is
he
this
called
jersey
you up
worth?
to ask you again, and then you offered it again
Yeah,
for free. And I'm still not sure he wanted it.
Who calls somebody 2 times about a jersey, gets offered it free, and refuses both times?
Yeah. I mean, I know there's such a thing as buyer's remorse, but bro, it's free. You can,
Right.
You can
Now,
have
Kyle
it.
Draper, on the other hand, would have said, do you have more of them for free?
Yeah, or I'm gonna need
I'm gonna
$50
need- I'm gonna
to
need-
take it for free.
Listen, he's not even on the team no more. Can you just give me $20 and the jersey, Imran? Oh, the jersey for 20? No. The jersey and you give me 20, says Kyle Draper.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
My impressions are spot on.
Spot on.
Draper.
Listen, maybe I need to apologize for bringing up Brandon Aubrey, but when I saw that, I thought that was so weird. I wanted to bring it up. Sorry if I insulted you.
YouTube chat.
Senses.
You Chateau, the question from JT Fresh says, is there a way to bring back value in base cards? Base cards, not baseball, base cards. Seems like they get completely disregarded these days. Yes, we are back to the junk wax era. You're seeing a lot of retail. When people come in, they want to sell me some cards. They will often come in and I just peruse through a couple of pages and I go, do you buy at Target and Walmart? And they say, yeah. I go, that's kind of the problem. They've got to be able to cater to that potential buyer. When I could tell collectors' level of skill of collecting based on the question that they ask.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Novice all the way to expert.
Yeah, if you enjoy it,
right.
do it.
We're here to help everybody at whatever level, at whatever budget. But when I ask them, what's your budget? And they'll give me the budget. And I go, here's kind of the section you want to look in. And they go, how many cards come with that one? As soon as they ask that question, I know that they're a casual or beginning novice purchaser. Because what will happen is when you go to Target, Walmart, etc., and a parent is looking in the section to buy their kid a pack or a box, they'll often look at the quantity of cards in that box. How many does it come with? They don't ask about parallels. They don't ask about jersey cards or autographs. They ask how many are in that box. And the more, the better. That's how they look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So when these manufacturers like Panini or Topps are creating boxes specifically for a certain audience, more is better, meaning more base cards. So JT Fresh, as long as we have retail out there, and it looks like Michael Rubin is making that commitment to say, I want cards everywhere. I want them at Target. I want them at Lids. I want them at Barnes & Noble. If you go to Dick's Sporting Goods, you see card sections in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like cards, they want cards everywhere. They want them treated like a commodity, like a piece of apparel. Where you see you can get a 49er shirt. They want to make sure that you can get cards as well. So you're going to see more of that. And you just have to be more selective in knowing what you're purchasing instead of looking at base cards being something of value.
Yeah, depending on what it is that you're hoping to get from
right.
it. Yeah, but if you're thinking, I'm getting this blaster and here we go, I'm going to make some money. I mean, you might, but probably not.
One of our most popular sections in our store is our dollar boxes. And we sort them out by team. And a lot of the people that come in there come in because the River Cats or the A's are having a home game, and they want to get certain players to come and get them. Base cards are awesome for that. Base cards are a great way for you to get an affordable card to try to get autographed at an event or at a location. If you are coming to the expo, SacAutographExpo.com, and you're getting free autographs, we're giving free autographs with VIPs with like Max Schumann or Justin Sterner or Carlos Cortez, Willie McIver, guys like that. Base cards are great because you can come and get them signed and you have something specific to that player, not just a random ball or a random, bat or glove. You have something specific for that player.
And sometimes I'll tell you from experience, you find a little something in those dollar boxes that might be worth like $5.
It's very
how about
often
that?
because we're not going to go back and comp something once it goes into a box. So if I could tell anybody the best way to do things is to come and hang out with us on Sundays. I'm often the one working with DJ on Sundays. We're open 10 to 5 in the store and watch the games with us. And when a guy like Daniel Jones rocks and rolls and does a great job, we know that his cards are going to go up. Just go into the box, to the hot corner and go pick out Daniel Jones cards because I'm not going to reprice them. They're at the pre-Daniel Jones throwing for 3 touchdowns, 2 wins, 2-0 record. That price is in there. And we'll talk about Daniel and Mac Jones here in a minute.
Yeah. I was going to say, we talked about him a little bit last week, and because of the values all of a sudden taken off, and it's only going up, at least for now. On the other hand, I think we talked about J.J. McCarthy as well last week or the week before, and a lot of people have been invested in him this offseason, and right now those people, understandably, are a little nervous.
Well, he played well. He played well in the second half of his first game. Then the injury bug happened, and he was
playing badly before that. So
right.
He's like had a bad half, then a great half, then a bad half, and he got hurt.
When a guy like that's there, I couldn't even name his backup. I think it might be Sam Howell. I don't know who his backup is.
J.J. McCarthy?
Yeah.
No, it's Carson Wentz.
Oh, it's Wentz. That's
He's
right.
starting
right
tomorrow.
So, and Wentz's time has come and gone. I think the year that he got injured, he was potentially an MVP candidate that year.
Imran, he becomes tomorrow the first quarterback ever to start for 6 different teams in 6 years.
Whoa. Well, shout out to his agent for knowing who's going to get hurt ahead of time. In fact, agent of Carson Wentz, can we connect? Because then you can tell us who's going to falter at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of faltering, let's get to our guys.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the 2 hottest players in the NFL right now as far as cards are concerned, and that is Mac and Daniel Jones.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
So let's talk about Daniel Jones. If you don't mind, Whitey, while I'm talking a little bit about the stats, tell me about Daniel Jones's first couple of games. We know that he's 2-0 as a starter. He replaced Anthony Richardson, who was supposed to be the franchise quarterback, being the number 3 or number 4 pick in 2023, I think. Mm-hmm. So Daniel Jones's current stats, Whitey, what do you got?
Well, let's see. In the opener against Denver, he was the opener was Miami. 22 for 29 for 1 touchdown. And he had
a rushing touchdown too, I believe.
Yes, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, in the opener. Then against Denver, 23 for 34 for 316 and 1 touchdown, and then 1 rushing touchdown. So your grand total for 2025 season, Daniel Jones is completed. Boy, these are all over the place. 71.4% of his passes for 588 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and rushing. He's also got a couple touchdowns.
2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
But the most important thing, 272 and 316 back-to-back weeks, 2 wins. Sorry, Anthony Richardson investors. Doesn't look like Daniel Jones is going to relinquish this. Let's talk about Daniel Jones's cards.
By the way, he has 3 rushing touchdowns.
3?
2 passing, yeah.
Excellent. And then how many rushing yards?
Well, 28.
Quarterback ratings over 107 and 115. Those of you that don't know the mathematics of that, anything over 85 is pretty good. This guy's rocking and rolling.
He sure is.
Daniel Jones leading the Colts, and they scored 33 points the first game and 29 the second game. We're having some real numbers there. Daniel Jones, on May 31st, his PSA 10 silver autograph went for $100. That's a 2019 Prism. That same card, again, remember, $100 PSA 10 in May 31st. The most recent sale, PSA 10 Auto Silver 2019 Prism, $380. That went from $100 to $380. That's amazing. If you just go with the PSA 10 Silvers, $50 June 18th. PSA 10 today, $135. So we're looking at almost triple the price. Investing in quarterbacks make a lot of sense because they have the ball in their hand almost every snap.
Yeah.
And you look at it as how they can affect the game. And you can see you guys tank as well. I'm a little concerned about Purdy, not because he's not going to be the starter forever, but sometimes it's hard to watch 2 guys on a team with a rise. And right now the rise is happening with our guy, Mac Jones. He came from the 2021 class, the heralded class, which we'll talk about in a second. If you don't mind, Whitey, could you give Mac Jones a look as to what his stats were last week? He started off really bad. 0 for 4, throwing the ball at the ground. I remember watching the game and going, oh no, Mac doing Mac things.
But by the way, the fascinating thing about Daniel Jones is, and this was something that we saw with Cal Raleigh as well, if you're, an investor, it's like, ooh, well, I got to jump off of this because I know he's going to crash. I know I sold some Cal Raleigh cards July or August. It's like, probably should have hung on to those because I didn't think he's going to be challenging Aaron Judge. So same thing applies to Daniel Jones, but which way do you think he's going to go? To answer your question, last week, Mac Jones in the 26-21 win over the Saints was 26 for 39, So he completed 66.7% of his passes, 279, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions for a passer rating of, where's your pass rate? 113.1.
So you look at a guy like Mac Jones, and again, this was a guy that was a Pro Bowler, even though, I mean, I hate to say this, but there's so many Pro Bowlers now. I wouldn't say that Pro Bowl is anywhere near as valuable as a career statistic or an award as an All-Pro
But
would
to your
be.
point, it shows that his first year was a good year. He had a good rookie year.
I remember watching Mac Jones when he was on the Patriots. It was a windy game. Do you remember that? And they just handed the ball off over and over again. Belichick, it was like 6-3 at halftime or something like that. Mac Jones threw 2 passes. 2 passes in the entire half. I think 6 for the game total. Because they were just like, it's too windy. We're just going to hand the ball off and do a lot of running. That's how they treated Mac Jones. Mac Jones came from Alabama as a thrower, as a chucker, as a pocket passer. And no team has really let him do that. And the Niners were like, go, throw, let's do it.
Yeah, because New Orleans, they knew, was going to say, you're going to have to beat us with your arm, Mac Jones, because you ain't running the ball.
Right.
And he responded.
And he played well. So let's look at Mac Jones from the 2021 class. And remember, this 21 class was one of those that was heralded. Heralded? What do I say? Heralded.
Yeah.
So if you think about that 21 class.
Unless you're a Geraldo fan. Then
right, then you're Geraldo'd.
Yeah.
5 top quarterbacks, starting with Trevor Lawrence. Then you had Zach Wilson.
Yes.
Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
You had Mac Jones. And you had Justin Fields.
Yep.
And if you wanted to throw in kind of the back end, you had the guy that played for the Texans. What's his name? Weird name. Anyways, he was the quarterback before CJ Stroud. So you had those 5 plus the
I think
other.
Kyle Trask might have been in that class too.
Trask for the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Can you look that guy up, Anthony, if you don't mind? It's the guy that played for the Texans.
Yeah.
I had a funny name. I don't know. It escapes me. And none of those guys have really panned out to be anything. Justin Fields. I mean, it's like that. That's a quarterback cursed class. T-Law has had some struggles. He finally has Travis Hunter in there. So he may be the one guy that might escape out of
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills. That's who it was.
Oh, okay.
Davis Mills. And so then you had, Zach Wilson, who struggled in New York, bounced around. Then you had Trey Lance, who was drafted with tons of draft capital to go get him. 3 first-round picks and more to get him. And
At least he has a job now. Good for him.
Right. 3rd string for the
I think
Chargers.
he's a backup.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Good for him.
absolutely.
And then you had Mac Jones, who bounced around Jacksonville, trying to figure out a place to go.
After that really solid rookie year.
And then you had Justin Fields, who was playing very well for the Steelers. They then said, Russ is healthy. Let's get Russ in there. Fields went to backup position, and now he's starting for the Jets. Had a great first game, then got injured. So
yeah, look at that. Excuse me, but as you're talking there, I'm realizing Trey Lance, Mac Jones, and Fields, they've all played this. They're on their 3rd team already,
and they're
each one of them.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
and you don't see a pathway for starting for Lance, not for Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson might be on the Dolphins. I can't remember. I mean, we're talking about number 2, number 3, number 6. You've got guys that are high draft picks that are relegated to nothing anymore.
I bought some
with no pathway to get back.
NFL Absolute that year to try to get some rookie cards. That's the only time I've ever bought it, and I'm looking at them now going, oh, well, swing and a miss.
And when you're sitting on wax like that and the classes are terrible, like 2013 draft class sucks. You were chasing Geno at that time, who ended up being like a 3rd round draft pick. The only thing that even keeps 2013 above water is Travis Kelce's rookie year, right? That's it. So you have one guy and one product. How about 2015? Oh my goodness. You've got Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston out of that draft class. Like, who wants that thing?
Can I tell you a big Mac Jones mistake I made?
Tell me.
May I? Okay. So I pulled a Mac Jones Silver Prism rookie card years ago. It's like, oh, hang on to that. The next year, there were whispers about, oh, this isn't going well. And I was asking people, should I get rid of it? And they said, yes. And I didn't. I hung on to it. Value plummeted. This summer, my wife's family was visiting. One of her nephews, a huge 49er fan. He collects cards. I said, you can have this. Mac Jones Silver Prism rookie. I gave it to him. He said, yeah, I'll take it.
course.
I just gave it away. Just gave it away, Imran. Just gave it away.
You know, Drapes is sitting there going, he gave that away? And he didn't give it to me? I thought you were my boy. You're my guy.
So we'll see if he plays, but yeah, it's one I probably should have hung on.
Dan Anderson, who was a guest of our show a couple weeks back, the owner of Mojo Break, talked about how he pulled the Mac Jones 1 of 1 out of Flawless, and was the guy that owned it was offered $100,000 at the time, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a Patriots fan. I'm going to keep it." Well, that same card right now, maybe $4,000. So you lost about 96% of value, at least on that offer.
Live and learn.
Oh, well, next thing you know, you're handing out Silver Prism Mac Jones cards. Speaking of, Mac Jones, 8/27. That was August 27th. PSA 10 of the autograph version of Mac Jones, $47. This past week, as in 2 days ago, we had a sale, PSA 10. The same Mac Jones that sold for $47 back in August. $250 just sold. How about the Silver Prism? The one that you handed off.
Yes.
For free.
Yeah, to Willie.
To Willie.
My nephew. Yeah.
To Willie, your nephew.
Yeah.
Willie, the PSA 10 version of that card on September 3rd. This is Purdy Healthy.
And I gave it to him in August.
Mac as a backup. Sold for $25. That's what it costs to grade the card with us.
Yeah, right.
That same PSA 10 silver just sold $85.
Okay.
$85. So it 3x'd in value.
Yeah.
With his great performance.
Yeah, but once Brock's back, though, that's going to level off.
And when would that be? He's supposed
Next week.
He's supposed to suit up this week as an emergency.
He better, because otherwise Adrian Martinez is your backup quarterback.
Ain't nothing wrong with Adrian Martinez.
He's never played.
Neither did Brock Purdy.
At least he played in the preseason.
At least he played at Iowa State. Yeah, we just don't know. In fact, when I saw that they were going to bring up Adrian Martinez from the practice squad, I thought to myself, well, who's the backup to Mac Jones now? I guess it was like McCaffrey. They'd have an emergency.
Juszczyk, I think, has played emergency quarterback. But
yes, but he's out with a concussion.
Right.
These Niners, man, they're just having a rough start to the season. And so are a lot of other teams. Joe Burrow out for 3 months with the same type of turf toe, not severity.
Yeah.
Burrow's is more so than Purdy. Surgery. But
there's 5 backup quarterbacks playing tomorrow.
Shout out Jake Browning from Folsom.
Yes,
who played well with another win.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is starting as backup?
You've got Tyrod Taylor.
Right.
You've got Carson Wentz. You got Browning. You've got
Mac.
Marcus Mariota.
That's right.
Jane Daniels hurt.
Yeah. It's a rough start to the season.
Started, yeah.
Rough season to start out with these quarterbacks, poor guys. Okay, we are now into our final home stretch of the show. We got 15 minutes
already.
Left.
We just started.
No, we just started. Let's talk about kickers. Young-Hoo Kim got cut. What's his name? Young-Hoo Ko?
Youngwei Koo, I think is the way you say it.
Boy, that was really bad on my part. Can we edit that out so I don't look so dumb?
I think everyone's done that at some point, but I believe it's Youngwei Koo.
It's okay. Yeah. I was told yesterday at the event, you're doing a great job in arm. That was he called me in arm.
Okay.
Not bad. I've been called Emery, Engine, in arm.
Ermin's my favorite.
Ermin. Hey, Ermin.
Ermin's.
Hey, card guy, shut up. Let Whitey talk, says Paul. I'm not bitter.
That's not what Paul said.
I'm not bitter.
That was the other guy.
Every week, this is a therapy session that I'm here. No commercial therapy session of the True Sports Card Show. Keeping my head above water.
Did you have fun at the Rivercats game?
I did. I went on Friday with Beckett. No, Thursday with Beckett. I called Whitey. He had just come off Drive Guys at 6:01. I called you, and you don't answer your phone. Once it gets into the satchel, it ain't coming back out.
I was driving. Yeah, and then I didn't look at it.
You don't have your phone active or near you when you're driving?
No. I like sometimes okay, no one can reach me now. I like that.
10 and 2, no radio, straight ahead.
But as soon as I saw you call and you said, time sensitive, I got a little worried. I called you right away.
So I said, I'm driving to the game right now. I have 2 tickets, great seats. Me and Beckett are there. They don't count Beckett as a seat. Would you like to go? And it wasn't even like...
well, I had to pretend the static thing.
No,
What?
no, you said this. Oh no, thank you though. I was like, is that the end? It felt like talking to Paul. Is that the end of the sentence or there's more to it? And you were like, no, I can't go. No reason why. Could have been, I don't want to, or I'm tired.
I wasn't able to make it. It was very nice of you to call.
What were you doing? Going to the
I think
club?
I was eating dinner when you called.
You were eating dinner?
I literally went to Staples that night to get ink to print labels so I could send people some cards that they bought for me. That is a fact.
Where'd you sell it on? eBay?
Yes, sir.
What'd you sell?
I sold a Volpe numbered card. I sold a
Mac Jones Silver Auto.
Gunnar Henderson rookie patch card, and I sold one of those Wemby Concourse Blue Prism.
To one guy?
No, two of the baseball cards went to one guy, and he didn't ask for combined shipping, and I didn't realize it was the same guy till I sent them both out. I was like, oh, sorry about that. And then another guy bought the Wemby card. So, yes, that's what I did that night.
All right. So then with that said, that was a whopping, how much did you make on that?
I don't like to brag.
But here I go.
I cleared like $13. No,
the free food at the River Cats would have covered that.
My, money roller people. You know Jose Ramirez on the Cleveland Indians?
Yes.
Cleveland Guardians.
I believe that he's going to eventually go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently what he likes to do is he'll ask teammates, hey, do you have any change? And teammates go like, oh, yeah, I got you. And they'll pull out, a few ones or whatever. And he goes, then he pulls out a huge wad of money and goes, never mind, I don't need it. And apparently he does that all the time. He thinks that's really funny. I feel like that's what I'm doing with my, never mind. I got my $13.
I've got things to do, stamps to lick. Wait, it's free. I got parking pass. We've got Legacy Club.
You didn't tell me that.
We can eat. Oh, is that the difference?
Yeah.
I go, but I ain't paying for parking. Forget the free seats. Oh, man. Going to a River Cats game, just to let you know, is a lot of fun. I
haven't been there.
Zach, my friend, our guest.
Zach Bayruti.
Yeah, Zach Bayruti. He was calling the game, and I just sent him a picture of us being at the game after we left. Yeah. And he's like, what? What the hell? I would have brought you to the booth. I go, oh, well.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
I didn't know that either. So
you could I'll go to the booth. No, it's for Beckett. No, I'll go for Beckett. Now, Whitey sitting in the booth on Zach's
thanks for the
lap.
invitation. I apologize. I wasn't able to make it.
Don't worry, it'll never happen again. Let's use our last 10 minutes here.
Speaking of baseball,
we had a great I enjoyed the 25 season. I think it's been a fun season to watch. We've had some surprises. Whitey and I are going to go back and forth on some of the things that I think are going to really impact the card market going into the playoffs and basically this entire season. And I'll start. We're going to give you 6 of them. I'm going to start first. And it's the Ohtani continued, this 3.0. Who would have thought that a guy that hit 55 and stole 55 would come back and do even more? Ohtani's on 52 home runs. He pitched no-hit ball before he was pulled out of the game.
Yeah,
5 innings this past week. This guy's going to be the MVP once again for the 3rd season in a row. Was it 4? No, 3. I can't recall. So many, but they're all in a row. American League, goes over to National League, gets, MVP there. I asked you this question before we went on there. Is he a Hall of Famer right now if his career ended right this second?
Oh, absolutely.
Anthony?
I don't know.
That's the kind of input that we have here at the True Sports Cards.
This is why I'm not on the thing.
I don't know. If I threw it to Kyle Ledbetter, we'd be running into 11:30.
I think both sides make great points.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the middle on it's a little bit too controversial for me to say anything.
You know what? You know what just happened? My back, for those of you who don't know on the radio, my back is towards Anthony. I can't see him, but Whitey can. We just woke him out of a slumber for sure. I don't know.
He actually played that well. That's, if you're you're not sure of something, the worst thing you can do sometimes is to dive in and take his side without knowing. So he played that well. It's like, I don't know. Good for him.
Wedding Crashers, Will Ferrell goes, what is he doing in there? It's kind of how I feel. Anthony, what is he doing?
The problem with Ohtani is trying to match last year. They won the World Series last year, of course, and this year they could, but that's going to be tough for him to do.
Yes, we are. That's going to be tough. So Ohtani, again, what an incredible year. I can't believe he's doing what he's doing. Usually you see a fall off. This guy never had it. Number 2, Kurtz and Wilson. I know you want to talk about those two boppers for the A's.
Yeah, they've been amazing. Kurtz and Jacob Wilson, who threw out the first pitch to his dad threw out the first pitch to him yesterday when they had reversed that in Pittsburgh years ago when Jacob Wilson was just a kid with his dad playing for the Pirates. So that was really a cool moment. But he's right now, what is he, second in the league in hitting?
319.
Rough stretch where he got hurt. He took a pitch off the hand, and Kurtz has been incredible. So the A's have a ton of really bright young players, but those two have had great years off.
Where have you ever seen it where a guy was a runaway rookie of the year and Jacob Wilson gets injured, and then the guy that is on his team is now the runaway rookie of the year prohibitive favorite as well? It's never been done before to have two levels of that level of rookie. I think maybe, I don't know if it's the same years, but maybe Strawberry and Doc, those two were two rookies during the same time where they were just rocking and rolling. But like, where have you ever seen a pairing of rookies? Maybe the YouTube chat or text line can give us an idea, but I can't recall two players really doing so well. And
I think Trammell and Whitaker came up
good
about
point.
the same time.
78.
Just trying to, spitballing,
yeah. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
But what an incredible duo. And for us to have front row seats every night in Sacramento, I know that the A's haven't embraced Sacramento the way that we would like them to, but guys, we are going to have them for another 2 years. We've got this incredible young core. As I've told you before, Soderstrom is one of my favorite players. He's such a good dude, and we're going to have A's there at our Autograph Expo next weekend.
He's had a great year, but it's kind of
Soderstrom
lost in the commotion a little bit.
Butler's had a great year.
Yeah,
Butler's had a great year too. He's at 20 home runs, stole some bases. Like, sneakily, this team has been pretty good. In fact, if I heard you guys correctly on the radio yesterday, they've had the best record in baseball or close to since the All-Star break. Anthony can fact check that for me if he's not sleeping. Third, let's talk about Skeens' dominance. The guy is just crushing it, but he can't get any runs to support him.
Does he have a new autograph deal with Fanatics?
He does. I believe he signed an exclusive memorabilia deal with Fanatics. So you're not going to see him, potentially not in Panini product, but they're losing their license anyways this year. So you're going to find Skeens in a lot of the top products like you've been seeing.
A lot of people are wondering, I see on what I call the internet, people are wondering, is Panini going to go away? Now, no, we've talked about that, but a lot of people are wondering, what is Panini going to do now?
Prospects, probably.
WNBA?
That for sure. That we know they have them locked up. And we also know that they have Travis Hunter and Shador.
Like Hunter.
Yeah, they're going to Hunter.
I got Seth Hendrickson's rookie card.
Hunter. Yeah, we've got
how about a fisherman card?
Travis Hunter, and we have Shador Sanders, even though he's not anybody of note yet. Those two are exclusive to Panini, at least for this year, as well as Mahomes. Mahomes is exclusive to Panini at least through this year. So, again, when the licenses transfer, we'll see what happens. We all don't know what's going on. Predicting the future is impossible to know. But Skeens, his dominance, he's going to be likely the Cy Young winner with either a losing record or close to a 500 record. But Skeens is that dominant. He just needs some hitters. Fourth, I know you want to talk about Judge and Raleigh.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh's been almost literally unbelievable. We say that about everything, but if you told me before the beginning of the year Cal Raleigh would do this, I would have said, no, I do not believe you. It's been amazing. And that team's a great story, battling with Houston as we speak.
So if they're
the division title.
So if they don't get the division title, we know that it's out of the MVP is going to be out of Judge or Raleigh. We know it's one of those two. If they get first place in the division for the Mariners, does Raleigh win?
I don't know, because Aaron Judge is leading the league in hitting and on-base percentage, and he's having a fabulous year, whereas Raleigh is having an amazing home run year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think a Judge still gets it, but we'll see.
We'll see. Okay, fifth, Giants hitters. The Giants are almost mathematical.
What?
The Giants hitters.
Do they have any?
Do they exist? The Giants hitters, all of them are hitting 250 or less. I mean, batting average is something that has gone by the wayside in most cases in baseball today in 2025. If you recall back in 87, 88, 1993, you're looking at guys like Gwynn, Boggs, Brett, guys that are hitting 320, 330, 340. I mean, I think Gwynn was hitting like 380 in the last part of a season at 1
He
year.
had 394 one in that strike year.
It was insane numbers.
Yeah.
And now Judge is leading the league at 321, 320. Oh, he went up.
And Trey Turner's lead the National League at 305.
It's wild to me.
Yeah.
So here's the Giants, and Buster Posey puts his team together. You're looking at these guys hitting 230, 210. Bailey was hitting almost less than 200 for the year.
Thursday against Arizona, they had 1 hit through 9 innings. Then they erupted in the 11th. And then Friday against the Dodgers, against Yamamoto, they had 1 hit against the Dodgers.
If we could just get Posey, listen, I know you're listening to us. Posey, GM Posey, can you please just get a hitter that actually makes contact with the ball? Jung Hoo, I think, is the best hitter on the team, like 260 something, right? And you've got you sent away your Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski was hitting like 260. So you're looking at these guys. We need some contact guys on base because you get Adames out there hitting a home run or Devers hitting a bomb. These one-hit solo homers because there's nobody on base. So Giants, if you're listening, please.
Oh, and you know they are.
And they are. Please just get a couple guys that can get on base.
They've had the weirdest year where they were pretty good, then they were just dreadful, then they were really good again, and then they were, as you say, they just got to a point where they just can't buy a hit.
We got a minute left. You wanted to talk about the overall low batting average for the league.
Yeah, just we were just talking about it, but it's at, I think for baseball right now, it's actually up a tiny bit from last year, but it's at 246. Just go back to, say, 2000, batting average for baseball was 270. Now we're at 246, and that's up slightly, just barely from last year. It was 243 last year.
James Wood, 212 strikeouts and 570 at-bats. 37% of his at-bats end up in a strikeout. Go to True Sports Cards. There we have our shop open. Don't forget SacAutographExpo.com to get your tickets. We will be talking to you live from the event next week. Drive Guys on Friday will be there, and I'm excited. I'm nervous but excited. I hope all of you show up to this event. We'd love having you there at the fairgrounds in Roseville.
We'll see you at the fairgrounds. We'll see you at the card store.
Talk about True Sports Card Store, yeah.